Good morning, true crime friends. How y'all doing? Listen, two of our favorite shady ladies are back in true crime news today. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a very, very good day. These people who we love to hate. I mean, we don't hate anybody because we have a lot of love in our hearts. But Miss Lorivallow, Daybell, and Donna Adelson, all the bad girls of true crime are here this morning. We need to talk about it. But first, you know what you need to do. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, share these videos. We are so close to 20,000 subscribers. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited and I'm so grateful. Also, find me on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, and a teensy little bit of TikTok. I'm trying to figure out TikTok. Anyway, look, we need to get into it. First, Lori Vallow. So look, this is what you need to understand. Lori Vallow Daybell's third trial, jury selection starts next week. So everybody has flown into southern Idaho, Iowa, where she is. All the reporters and stuff, all the podcasters are down there and they're like, okay, we are perched. We are ready. What's going to happen? They're getting ready for jury selection, right? And Lori was like, excuse me. I have filed a new motion. And I was like, ooh, what in the legal nonsense is going to happen right now? So Lori is like, I am filing a motion with the judge. You know how last week I requested that the judge recuse himself because clearly he does not like me? Lori girl, we, the people of the internet, would like you to know no one likes you. No one. Not this judge, not your mama, not your daddy, certainly not your kids, not your family. No one likes you. I suspect Chad don't even like you. But child, that's just the gospel according to Kathy. Anyway, she's like, I feel like the judge does not like me. And you know how last week when I asked if he recused himself and he said no, I'm coming again to ask, did he recuse himself? Girl, what you think that answer's going to be? I'll wait. Go on. Tell me what you think that answer's going to be. I'm real curious. Or maybe she's just putting this out there for the record so that after she gets convicted, which P.S., we know she's going to get convicted, she's going to be like, excuse me, I would like to appeal because I did not get a fair trial. Part of me doesn't understand. I mean, I guess she's fighting for her rights, which good for her. But she already has double life in prison up in northern Idaho, Iowa for the unfortunate unaliving of her 2 children and her 5th husband's first wife. Now she's convicted in southern Idaho, Iowa for the unfortunate unaliving of her 4th husband. And now she's going up for conspiracy to commit the unfortunate unaliving of her nephew-in-law. Child, these families are confusing. It's a lot of people. She had a lot of husbands. It's a lot of mess. But let's get down to Lori's motion, right? Lori has filed a motion because she says, Judge, I would like a speedy trial. Thank you so much. And this trial was not speedy enough. And so Lori, Noreen, Vallow, Daybell, all them other last names from all them other men she married, I would like to request a new trial, and I would like for this judge to stop immediately and proceed no further with my case. Y'all, how hard do you think the judge laughed when he saw this? He was like, this heifer. Okay, what'd she say? I mean, I'm not saying that the sainted judge, Justin Boreski, actually said that. That's what me, Kathy the gossip, would have said. Actually, I would have been like, bisque, thick, creamy soup. Because you know I don't be calling people out their name on the internet to their face on YouTube. Anyway, so he was probably like, bisque, listen. It's gonna be a no for me, dog. And she's just like, proceed no further because you have violated my request for a speedy trial. Lori, hey girl, hey, listen, it's me again, Kathy from the internet. You want a speedy trial. I understand that. You're your own lawyer, which because you're kind of stupid, I don't say that just about anybody. I only say it for people who have demonstrated a high degree of stupidity. You are your own lawyer, and so you don't know what you're doing, and so you're kind of slowing the trial down, but you would like it to go faster. Okay. So she's just like, proceed no further. I have asked several times, and you have several times said no. And the judge was like, yeah, because, you know, no is a complete sentence, so still no. Please hold, I done talk my throat dry. Lori says, I just think that this could be going faster, and there are laws that say I'm entitled to a speedy trial, and it's not speedy enough. Okay, she goes on to say, and I quote, on the worldwide internet media. Does she know how words work? I mean, I'm sure there's a dictionary somewhere over there in the prison. Maybe it has too many sharp corners and they're afraid she gonna hurt herself, but those words don't go to, okay. Look, I'm not here to give English lessons or how to be a human lessons. She needed to take some of them, how not to unfortunately unalive people lessons, but clearly she ain't take that class either. Anyway, she's like, on the worldwide internet, you have shown that you are prejudiced against me. The judge refused. The judge was like, this bisque, thick, creamy soup. He was just like, okay, yeah, no, I'm not going to recuse myself. You're getting as speedy trial as you can. Judge, the sainted Judge Justin Bareski is the king of the gray rock. Do you know what gray rocking is? When somebody is wigging out and you just sit there calmly like, yes, I hear what you're saying. Heifer, don't make me bonk you on your head. Or something like that, you know, because he would absolutely be within his right to get his little gavel and just bonk her on her head the way I would have committed first-degree bonkation if I was the judge in this case. But I am clearly not the judge in this case because I do not have a judicial demeanor. I have a gossip demeanor. Anyway, so Lori goes on to say in her motion, all of my prior rulings, you said that all of my prior requests and stuff didn't have legal merit, and I think that shows your prejudice. Lori girl, I think that shows he went to law school and he knows things about like the legal law, and so you don't. Did Lori graduate high school? Did she graduate college? I mean, I know she went to beauty school. Good for her. Trade schools are fantastic. But I'm just like, I'm willing to bet when you was over there at beauty school, they didn't teach you a whole lot about the law. So that might be why you're confused a little bit. And I understand that. So Lori uses highly technical terms to explain how the judge has demonstrated his prejudice against her. She was like, exhibit number 1, your face. I do not believe that your face was neutral enough. Your face does not have a judicial demeanor. Girl, you know whose face does not have a judicial demeanor? All of us. Everybody on the internet who is roasting you like a marshmallow child. But okay, he has the best demeanor of all of us. I promise you. She's like, your face, your expressions, it just shows that it shows that you lack a judicial demeanor. She also says that the judge has violated the law because she would like no restraints in prison. She would like no restraints as she presents her case to the jury. Really, ma'am? Hi, point of order. I'm not a judicial person. See, also, I'm still just a gossip on the internet. You are a 3-time convicted she's a 4-time convicted unaliver, but she would just like to roam free like regular people. Girl, no, we are not safe. I know that you and your very ticklish brain feel like you're just fine, but we, the normal people with our sanity fully intact, are like, no, heifer, no. We need to be protected from you. And so instead of having you like all shackled up so you don't have to do the shackle shuffle when you go into the court, they give you that nice, delightful stun belt. We, the people of the world, appreciate the stun belt. By the by, we secretly hope that we get it turned to like zzz, and zap you a little bit. He's being far kinder than the rest of us are. She's like, during the last hearing or during the last court proceeding, the belt fell off. Girl, that belt did not fall off. Now, roll your mind back, true crime friends. When Laura was up there defending herself, she had on a stun belt. And though we all secretly wish that she would somehow get shocked for any reason, there didn't even have to be a good reason. I'm pro shocking her. But again, no judicial demeanor. She's like, it fell off. What actually happened is one of the straps was hanging down in the back. She asked for a recess. The judge gave her a recess to go into the back of the room so that they could fix the strap so that it could not be seen. Later, when she came back out, she proceeded. She didn't mention it. The judge didn't mention it. Nobody mentioned it. After she was convicted, she mentioned that one of the straps was hanging down in the back on the stun belt that she was wearing, the way I want to zap her stun belt. Anyway, and she was like, Your Honor, my stun belt had a strap hanging down and you didn't ask the jury if they saw it. And he was like, you didn't ask me to poll the jury. Also, you calling attention to it would have called attention to the fact that you were wearing a stun belt, therefore potentially prejudicing the jury. And she was just like, well, it fell off. Hyperbole much? Lori girl, this is not going to go good for you. I promise you, you're not going to get a new judge. And she's like, the speedy trial clock is running out. You know what's going to slow this trial down and make it take a much longer time? Them having to find a new judge and get that new judge up to speed. Now, the state was like, we are willing to combine these two trials so you only have one trial in Arizona and not two. And she's like, no, I don't want that. I want two trials and I want them to be speedy. Heifer, how was you going to run two trials at the same time? You could barely cope with the one trial you were in. And she's like, okay. And so as a result of my request, I would like all the charges dismissed. She's not real clear how laws work or society or any of these things. Also, if the end times is coming and you're just going to be ascended and go, talk to Jesus and stuff, you and that thumb of a husband you got, why are you worried about this trial anyway? I thought you were like, oh, I am going to be exonerated and I will reign over the world in glory. Why don't you just wait for that? I bet you that's going to be a speedy trial. Or not. Last but certainly not least, she said that the judge is prejudiced against her for her religious faith. Ma'am, we're all prejudiced against you, especially our LDS friends. Our LDS friends are like, we don't know her. She not a Mormon like us. No, because the rest of us are just out here making funeral potatoes and having family home evening. We're not out here, unfortunately, unaliving our relations like she is. So, we were waiting for the state to respond to all Lori's crazy requests. Oh, and guess what? They responded. I was like, oh, yay. Trina K, come through. And Trina K was just like, okay, the judge has denied all of her ridiculous requests for legal reasons, and the judge has demonstrated no personal bias. I was like, oh, well, that was quick and clean and efficient. Trina K has a very judicial demeanor. Maybe she should be the judge, although Lori would complain about that too. Lori had one last little complaint that I did not see coming. There's a witness coming in Lori's new trial that she would like to have eliminated. Now, I don't have all the details on this, but child, that has never stopped me from giving you information in the past. Why would it stop me right now? So there is a forensic technician who took some samples in the last case. And I was like, okay, this is the most innocuous thing in the world. So somebody went with a little Q-tip and collected the samples or whatever, and that person is going to come to trial and testify about whatever samples they collected. Lori is objecting to this person coming to trial because allegedly they have a history with alcohol. That's it. That's the whole thing. Hey, Lori, listen, I don't know if you know this. Most of the world has a history with alcohol. They've seen it, they've tasted it, they've smelled it. I'm not saying that you're supposed to be like a fallen down drunk, or she certainly shouldn't be a fallen down drunk if she goes to court. But because she has a history with alcohol, how does that prevent her from taking her little Q-tip and swabbing some stuff and helping to find Joe behind guilty? But Lori is very upset. I get the feeling that Lori has never been drunk. Now, it turns out all the craziness she did while stone cold sober. So something tells me this issue with alcohol is a nothing burger. But leave it to Lori to make a whole lot of something out of nothing. We gonna see what happens. Next up, Donna Sue. Y'all, Donna Adelson is very upset, and I found out about it yesterday when I was watching the Deep Dive True Crime. You know Maya, the little intern over there at the Deep Dive True Crime? Good morning, Maya. How you doing, girl? You're doing a very good job. I hope you're enjoying your summer internship. She was like, me and Ed, who is not AI. How come every time she mentions Ed's name, she says he's not AI, but we ain't never seen a picture of him? Ed, show your face. Anyway, so, Donna Sue wants a motion for, I can't talk this morning. Donna Sue would like to file a motion for reconsideration of her bond. Girl, Girl, you're about to go to trial. So I don't know if you know. Now, you've been in prison for 18 months. We understand the mattresses are not to your liking. You have narrow ear canals. You do not appreciate the showers and stuff like that. Also, the biggest crime of all, there are too many carbs in prison. So she would like a bond. Now, according to Donna, Judge Everett, that chocolatey little judge who looks like a milk dud, he should be disqualified. Girl. She's just like, Judge Everett should be disqualified because he had some insider information through an ex parte communication. Let me break this down for you. Donna was over there in prison committing new crimes, allegedly. According to a jailhouse informant, the jailhouse informant was like, hey, Judge, hey, Donna is over here using her attorney's phones to reach out to her husband. And I was like, okay. She was telling her husband, hey, Harvey, listen, I'm glad you got home from the airport from when I was arrested 18 months ago, because, you know, the entire internet was like, well, Harvey probably still stuck in the airport. If Donna was running the whole show, you know, Harvey is just over there riding around on the luggage conveyor at the airport down in the Delta terminal, living off the grace of, like, you know, leftover Dunkin' Donuts and Biscoff cookies. I mean, that's the gospel according to Kathy. Anyway. He got home from the airport. Donna called him up and was immediately like, here are the people who we should put our next hit on, allegedly. He wanted to put a hit on. Donna has requested that he put a hit on Katie McBanawa in prison, their son, Rob Adelson. You gonna try and take your own child off the playing field. Heifer. Anyway, and some other jailhouse snitch's mama. She out here trying to unfortunately unalive mamas, her own children, and Katie McBanawa. That Katie McBanawa one, I kind of understand. But them other two, girl, you going to hell with gasoline draws on. Anyway, so she was just like, I know that, well, she has not confessed to being part of this new alleged conspiracy, but me and you and the rest of the internet, child, we know she was doing that. Guilty as sin, just like the rest of her family. But Donna was like, I believe that I should be sent home to a carb-free environment and land of very soft mattresses and places where I could get my ear canals clean, because the judge had ex parte communication, and what that means is he was talking to the prosecutors without the defense lawyers knowing. Hey, girl, hey, listen, I know you're afraid you're not going to get a fair trial. You're afraid that you're going to be convicted, and you're afraid that the judge is biased against you. You want to know who's actually biased against you? Everybody. Everybody. The whole world. There's not a person alive who thinks you didn't do this. Your kids know you did it. Your husband knows you did it. God knows you did it. Everybody knows you did it. The only people who think you're not guilty is you and possibly your funeral home lawyer. Her lawyer is operating now out of a funeral home. Her attorney, disgraced Judge Jackie Fulford. Now listen, when Judge Jackie got kicked off the bench, she was just like, oh, I need to go back to lawyering. Let me set up a little practice. Oh, I also own this handy dandy funeral home. How you buy a funeral home? I have so many questions. Anyway, she owns a funeral home, and so now she's running her law practice out of the basement of the funeral home. Now, that's what I heard in these true crime streets. Jackie Fulford, do not sue me. You did not come here for facts. We not here for FACTS. We here for facts, FAX. Stuff I heard down at the CVS and the Piggly Wiggly. Anyway, so word on these true crime streets is Jackie Fulford, she of the terrible wig and the suits that don't fit right. She can't afford to get them sleeves hemmed and nothing. Girl, you need some clothes that fit. But okay, once she's done with this Adelson trial, she's going to be driving a Lamborghini and have like an entire law building, because you know these people willing to trick up a lot of money before they go to prison. And Jackie, girl, get your bag. Anyway, so Jackie Fulford is like, this jailhouse informant who has a very long criminal record was over here telling that chocolatey Judge Everett that me, funeral house lawyer Jackie Fulford, and regular nice lawyer Josh, whatever his name is, Josh Zellman, we were helping Donna communicate with her husband and arrange these other hits. And we say that is false. Okay, cool. According to Donna's appellate attorney, when the judge had a hearing and said, Donna, girl, you got to stay in prison, he had inside information at the time of that hearing. Here's the evidence that the judge had insider information. At the hearing, The judge, Donna's complaint was, I don't have enough time to meet with my lawyers while I'm locked up here in prison. The judge said, you have plenty of time to meet with your lawyers. And according to this new appellate attorney, that's proof, because the judge said she had plenty of time to meet with her lawyers. How would the judge have known that if he weren't relying on the information from the informant? I don't know if y'all know how logic works, but Jackie Fulford, number one, in my opinion, ain't got nothing but free time. She don't want to be down there hanging out with the dead bodies and stuff. She's happy to go over to the prison and meet with Mrs. Adelson, and she said as much herself. She meets with Mrs. Adelson every Monday or every Tuesday or whatever day it is, and she talks to her on the phone all the time. The judge has been judging for a minute, and he understands how judging works and how prison works and how phones and stuff work, and so he's like, girl, you got enough time to meet with your lawyers. According to Donna, he only knew I was meeting with my lawyers a lot because the undercover informant said that I was meeting with my lawyers a lot to commit this other crime. Girl, you are stretching. That is a reach, a real reach. Also, this criminal informant has a long criminal record. Donna, girl, so do you. What are we talking about? We just judging people on their criminal records. I mean, I judge people on their criminal records, but obviously I'm not a judge. See, also, I am just a gossip on the internet. Also, she's just like, the judge should recuse himself. The unmitigated gall. Chocolatey Judge Everett recuse himself? Him and his little milk dud self? No. Now, I do not think he should recuse himself, but she says that he should recuse himself. And the lawyers are like, this informant said that we, the lawyers, did bad things, and he's a liar, pants on fire. And so the judge believed that informant clearly. And so this is a terrible situation. You know, it's a worse terrible situation. I don't know if you know. Danny Markell was taken off the playing field by you and your family. That is a terrible situation. The situation that the Markell family is in without their son, without their grandsons, having to go through trial after trial after trial for this nonsense, that is a terrible situation. You, Donna, with the narrow ear canals and the hard mattress and too many carbs in prison, that's an unfortunate situation. Ma'am, that you created for yourself. I'm going to need you to have all the seats in the world. Listen, both of these trials roll on and are coming to a courtroom near you very soon. Oh, will I be there? Honey, I will be there ready. I will be there perched every single minute of the trials. So at the end of these trials, so Lori Vallow Daybell's trial is coming up next. I will do breakdown day by day of what happened in court. I'm going to give it to you straight. Some people want to give you like all the facts and figures and stuff. Child, I know you're not here for that. You just want the quick and dirty. You want it like you just leaning over your back friends, talking to your friend like, hey girl, hey, what did you see in court today? And I'm going to get you all the way up to speed. So don't you worry about it. Also this weekend, I have 2 live streams coming up. One with Auntie Deb. The Miseducation of a Neighborhood Gossip is going to take place on Friday, May 30th, where Jimmy from the Auntie Deb YouTube channel is going to educate me about Karen Reed. Please know, I don't care about all the facts. We're not doing a deep dive. I just want to know everybody's dirt, and then I can go on with the rest of my life. That's what I want to do. And then on Sunday night at 7 o'clock, Paul from Reporting Live from My Sofa, me and Paul going to get together for a kiki, and we're going to talk about that whole trash bag Sherry Papini. Honey, she got a new documentary out where those producers roast her behind. Those producers on that Sherry Papini documentary are shady. I am living for that documentary, especially them last 2 parts where they just like roast her slowly, like a pig over a spit with a big apple in her mouth. And child, she falls into every trap they set. I'm living for it. Okay, so I'll be back real soon. In the meantime, like this video, subscribe to the channel, share these videos. We're like 1,200 away from 20,000 subscribers. I can hardly wait to get there. Let's get there together, and I will see you next crime. Bye.